Hi everyone, my name is Alyssa Grasso, and this is the Awkward Author vlog and podcast. And thank you for tuning in or watching or whatever. I will tell you right now that for whatever reason, my dog has decided to very noisily eat a bone. So I don't know if the microphone is going to pick up his chewing noises, but if you hear strange noises that sound like they belong in a horror movie in the background of this, that is my dog chewing on his bone. At least he's not barking. I guess that's a good thing. And at least the neighbor's dogs at the moment are not barking, so that's a good thing. I am doing definitely better since when I checked in with you guys last week. I'm trying to think. When I made my video last week, I think that was before I had my root canal. So I was in pain because I needed a root canal. I was in pain from the infection, and then I was in pain after for the root canal itself. I'm doing better now. Am I 100% no? No, I am not. But definitely a lot better than I was doing, so that is good. And I actually managed to get some writing in, which I have not done in a while just because I did not feel good at all for a long time. So yeah, so for the first time in I guess a couple of weeks at least, yesterday I was actually able to sit down, do some writing. Not a ton, but I'm working on a thriller novella, as I have mentioned previously. The hope being that I'm going to use that to kind of promote the thriller novel, adult novel that I am publishing hopefully in the fall. And the dog is now moving the bone around on the floor as he's chewing it. Okay, so it's going to be a noisy video. I do apologize about that. Yeah, so that's really all the news I have writing-wise, because, I mean, that is all I've done. I haven't really worked on marketing at all, and just kind of been slowly getting back to normal. I am way behind on things. I have a lot of catching up to do, but, whatever. It'll get done when it gets done, I guess. It's kind of my attitude right now. I guess previous to talking about my teeth, I was talking about issues with my weird neighbors, who, by the way, are still there. I contacted my landlord about situation, their crazy dogs, their whole thing. She is not happy with them, but also she feels like she can't evict them, so she's just not going to renew their lease, which comes up the end of the year. So December 1st they should be out of there, which is a long time away. Oh my gosh, my dog is being so noisy with his bone today. He's definitely in a mood, and I had to turn off the magic cooling machine so I can make this video, so that wasn't a loud noise in the background, although maybe that would have drowned out the dog chewing. But anyway, so yeah, it's summertime here, it's hot, and without the AC on, it's pretty warm in here. But I will get this video made, and then I'll turn back all the noisy things. Turn on all the noisy things except for the dog, which he is just on all the time. Yeah, so I don't really have too much to report, I guess, again this week, only because I really have only gotten back into the swing of things maybe the last day or so. And even then, I'm not totally back into the swing of things. There's all these projects I want to work on, and I guess the problem every author has is that there's too many ideas. I know the popular question when you go to a book signing, something where there's a Q&A session, the question that every author kind of grins about is, where do you get your ideas? Because it's ideas are plentiful. I mean, if you're, I guess, someone who's a writer, you probably have ideas all the time. I mean, you have more ideas than you can possibly write, that's for sure. And yeah, that's kind of I keep having oh, that's something I want to work on. Oh, that, and one of the big things is to stay focused, and it's a challenge for me, and I think it's a challenge for some authors, other authors as well, is okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, because the other night I actually worked a little bit on a project that is not at all on my schedule or timeline of stuff to work on. It was just like I wanted to, like I had this like drive to work on this, and it's something that I've started, and I got maybe like 8,000 words written on it, but it's a YA contemporary, and it's not in like a series or anything like that, and it's just something I've worked on here and there. And so I worked on some of that like the other night, and it was like, I should be spending my time on other stuff, but I just wanted to do that. And so I don't know, that's a challenge for me. And then the also challenge is like I have a lot of different ideas for things. It's like some of them I know are never going to become anything more than ideas, and I have a whole folder, I have a Scrivener file that's just notes, like ideas and stuff. So I guess the challenge is deciding what you're going to work on, which of all the ideas you have, and which makes the most sense to focus on. Yeah, and one thing that does help me to stay focused, I guess, is outlining in general, because I kind of, when I hit a certain point in a book that I'm working on, I'm like, well, I'm not quite sure what happens next. Let me think about this some more, and that's when I like, I don't want to say lose interest in it, but I get distracted, and it's easier to kind of abandon something when you're not sure where it's going. Whereas when you have that outline, I feel like that keeps me more on track, and I've tried to be better about like setting, I don't want to say a writing schedule for myself because I really don't have a schedule, but trying to set like a timeline as far as projects go, and this is the project I'm going to work on now, and then this, and then this. Does that mean that I'm not going to once in a while dabble in some other things? No, but I do try to stay on course. And I mean, I did get off course with not feeling well there for a couple weeks, but yeah, in general I do try to move along with certain projects. So right now I'm working on that novella. I want to get that thriller novel out. So those are my two big things right now. Not entirely sure what I'm working on after that. That's something I have to decide. I have a couple of different directions I could go in, at least 2 different directions, possibly 3. And I got to figure out what I'm doing so that I can move ahead with those things too. Another thing that it's kind of like reading books. There are some people who only like read like one book at a time, which I just find like, I don't know how you do that. Like you're not always in the mood for the same type of book, I would think. It would be like just watching like one television show at a time or something like that. Like I am, this week I am only going to watch, whatever. And maybe some people do that, like binge watching or something like that. I guess that's that kind of mentality. But I have trouble like just doing like one thing at a time, like reading one book at a time or writing one book at a time. So it's nice to have other things when you're in the mood for something else. It's like, okay, I'm gonna take a break from this and I'm gonna work on this or read this or whatever, so I guess that's something. And part of this comes from like I went to school for English literature. I majored in, which meant at any given time, I'd have like 5 or 6 classes that I was taking, and each one you had to read a book for. And I think you get a lot more out of a book when you're also reading other books at the same time, because they kind of like feed into one another, and it gets you thinking more, and I don't know. That's how I think about it too. Some people need to like read in absolute silence and need like one book at a time, and that's fine. That's not me, but that's cool. And so I'm kind of, my writing, I'm the same approach with that, where it's like I can't just like focus on one thing at a time because I'd go crazy. I gotta have like other things that I'm doing too, just to break up the monotony and stuff like that, I guess, is the way I look at it. And do you need absolute silence to write, or would you prefer to have music when you're writing? Would you prefer to have music when you're reading? And everybody's different. I realize that. But, I like to keep things interesting, keep it fun, and not like make it like a chore where it's like, I'm being forced to do something. And so part of that, I guess, to me, is to have like the variety and to have the choice to do different things. But also at the same time, to set goals and, have a strategy, a timeline or whatever for myself in terms of like when I want to get stuff done and stuff like that. And like I said, I am so far behind right now on where I want to be, but that's okay. It's okay. I'll get caught up, or I'll get there at some point. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that was just beyond my control that I couldn't really do anything about. So I'm still here. I'm coming back, and yeah, I'm getting back to work on writing, which feels good. I mean, I feel just happier when I'm able to do that and able to create stuff. And yeah, so at some point I'll have another book out there in the world. At some point I will actually get back to looking into marketing and working on that, which I really have not done in a while. And that's bad, because if you're not marketing, you're not selling. And so that's something I do need to work at. So those are my thoughts for the week on writing and books and where I'm at and life in general. Yeah, I will catch up with you guys again next week. If you would like to know more about me, you can check out my website, which is alyssagrosso.com. That's ALISSAGROSSO.com. And if you do go there, you can get a free book. My first novel, Popular, is available for a free download as an ebook. So do check that out. And in the meantime, guys, stay cool, stay awkward. Keep writing, keep reading, keep doing all the things that you do, and I will catch up with you guys in another week.